I'll tell you an example. So I started off, I want to do this a lot of businesses. So I started off, let's say I want to do some network marketing. I started off with that. I went on Amazon. I started doing stuff just because I want to get a taste and hang of, what exactly entrepreneurship is like. And then I'm like, setting up an online store, doing all of that things. And doing all of that, I was like, right, that's cool. I can make the money, but my heart is not there. And then I moved on. I kind of started about 5 or 6 businesses, and I could make the money. You name it, and I could do that. So for me, it did not matter that, I'm doing entrepreneurship just because I'm getting the money. No. So my heart lied in something more where I could go about doing better for the society and actually helping people and seeing that joy in their face. And then, I started working with startups and I started working with NGOs in colleges. And doing that, I realized that I was happy.
Right.
And that's one thing, when I started working with these guys, I was like, I used to ask them, are you really happy? Is this the thing that you really, really want to do? And then most of the time they'd be like, yes, they'd say yes, but they had no idea. And, down the line, in a span of a year, they collapse.
Yeah. I think it's also because for all the richness that we have in our culture, in Indian culture, somehow happiness is very underglorified. And somehow happiness is associated with being selfish.
True.
Okay, so the emphasis is more on success, material success, spiritual success to some extent, family, doing things for everybody else, not giving primacy to yourself,
true.
Everybody else being more important than you. And therefore, there is this notion of guilt-tripping somebody who says, I'm happy.
True.
Really? You're happy?
True.
How can you be?
Why are you happy? Yes.
So this whole obsession with, I will always be this underdog who will forever, be unhappy in life, in quest of happiness, this very, very elusive, chimeric thing, which I will never, ever attain. But at this moment, with what I have, I can't afford to be happy.
True. True.
And I can't say to anybody that I'm going to be happy. And this is something I just don't get it. And I keep saying this. I mean, I like Ayn Rand's philosophy. Before you say I love you, before you say you need to know you.
Yeah.
You need to know the I. You need to be able to love the I. And then that I can possibly be in a more comfortable situation to say I love you.
Amazing.
Right? So, I don't know. I mean, I wonder why happiness in our culture is so underplayed, underglorified. But there it is. And I think that's why even entrepreneurs...
Yeah, it's changing.
No, it isn't.
It will.
I hope it does. But maybe even now it's changing in some small pockets.
Yes.
But India is such a large country, right? Nazar nahi aayega if you don't have this kind of a sweeping change across the board.
It will.
Happens in small pockets.
Yeah, I believe that because, nowadays when you talk about coaching, when you talk about mentoring, when you actually talk about personal development and transformation, in that field, people, kind of look within. And when they start looking from within, and that's exactly, where I start my work with, where I'm totally involved. And I just love this fact because, you kind of, the light is from within. You kind of glow from within. And the moment you glow from within, you just spread it across.
I like Kareena Kapoor's line in Agreement.
Yeah.
She says, I'm my most favorite person.
I love that.
So am I.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how we should be. Amazing. We've been having an amazing conversation with Nandini and I'm totally loving it. But, we will have to go ahead and end this. But before we let this amazing woman go, I'd really want Nandini to, tell all of us, what was that one challenge that you had to literally break free of just to live the life that you are living? Was there something that you really had to, that you'd love to share with your audience?
I don't think it is one moment.
Yeah.
I think, let me backtrack a little and say this. I think I have been inordinately lucky. Okay. Lucky in the kind of opportunities that have come my way. I will give the full credit to luck as far as opportunities go. But I will take a little credit there and say, even when weird opportunities came my way, I didn't turn my face away. So that's the credit I will take. I went after them with both hands. And
there you go.
However weird those opportunities were. So at no point did I settle for something which was the done thing or the easier thing or was in my comfort zone. I kind of, like an idiot, like an obsessive idiot, went after stuff. The more bizarre, the more maverick, the more challenging, the more I sought it and went after it. Why did I do that? Am I this great person or am I this stupid idiot who does these things? I don't think it's either of them. I think what I was looking for was, I wanted to set the benchmark for myself every time.
Absolutely.
Okay, it wasn't, I've had a number of people that I have looked up to, but did I model myself after one person? Absolutely not. I've borrowed from a number of people and, kind of self-made in that sense of the term, but didn't do this one person sculpting of me.
Yeah, but you always had somebody that you'd probably look up to and you'd learn from them.
Learn and then move on.
Yeah, learn and move on. And that's how you grow.
I've always had, that I will not settle for the ordinary.
True.
I will not settle for the mediocre.
Absolutely.
Okay? And all my decisions, whether it's in my personal space or in my professional space, have been guided by that. Is that break-free thinking? Possibly, yes. Only thing is, in those days, it wasn't called break-free thinking. This is a buzzword you guys have created of it. But those days, I think, it's like parenting. Your child turns out successfully, you pat your back and say, wow, I was a bloody good parent. He becomes a serial killer, you kind of look at yourself in the mirror and say, where the hell did I go wrong?
True.
So some of my decisions, I think in hindsight, were brilliant decisions. But I will tell you what has been my one anthem in life. The single, something that I have aligned myself to for a very long time, is that my tomorrow should be better than my yesterday.
Brilliant. I love that.
Okay.
I love that.
And if that's my anthem, so somebody asked me, so what happens to today? You spoke about yesterday, you spoke about tomorrow. And I said, maybe today is the bridge between yesterday and today, where I prepare myself. Yeah, it's esoteric when I explain it that way. I'm sure I had no such.
I'm quite sure you live every moment of your day and then you make it better. Yeah.
So, how do I make my tomorrow better than my yesterday? By doing things which I will not regret, by aligning myself to what I believe in, and basically to say goli maro to everything else in life. Whatever I earn, I'm going to spend on traveling.
Yes.
Whatever I earn, I'm going to spend on. I'm hooked on to the mountains, Iffat. Okay,
beautiful.
For strange reason.
Wow.
Okay. So whatever I earn shall be blown.
So that's your passion,
mountains.
Nandini. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Passion is too mild a word for what
Oh, okay. That's better.
I'm obsessive about it, and I think I'm lucky the mountains like me too.
Yeah, they love you, don't they?
I must end this on a very interesting note.
Yeah.
I've always had very clear, very beautiful skin. But can you see I've got lots of spots on my arms, on my face, and everything. So it's always been the bane of my life in the last 5-10 years. So we were in this place called Cafe Yeti in Kathmandu. And Cafe Yeti is where all the climbers congregate.
Right.
Okay. And they've all got amazing stories to tell. Last time I nearly summited, and then there was an avalanche and I got caught up in it, and then somebody brought me back to the base camp, and next day when I came to, I was told there was nobody with me. So these are all oxygen deprivation illusions, that hallucinations people have. So there's a lot of talk, and there is a lot of hash in the air. Okay, it's a biggish place, but everybody smokes hash there, and there's a lot of conversation that happens. This was, I think, around December 25th or 26th, 2016. I was about to leave for my Everest trek. I think the next day I was leaving, and I was talking about it, and some of the guys said, "Ooh, it's going to be bloody cold." And bloody cold is what? minus 20 in the day and minus 40 at night.
Wow.
So they were all like, "Oh, it's going to be bloody cold. Really, love? Do you know what you're doing? Do you really want to do this?" And I said, "You know what? I chose December because I can see Everest. The regular season, if there is a cloud cover, even if you summit, you can't see it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to attempt this."
Wow.
And then we were generally talking, and I said, "You know what? I love the mountains. My only problem is, because of the mountains, my skin is ruined. And somehow I can't bring myself to forgive the mountains for that. The sun, especially on a reflection on the snow, is very intense on your skin."
Okay.
There was this guy, who was standing a little apart, nice, handsome dude, tall and wide shoulders, typical climber profile, and ponytailed and all of that. And I was kind of giving him the glad eye since I entered the restaurant, but he wouldn't give me the time of the day. Suddenly he turned around and walked up to me, held both my hands. He actually took both my hands in his hand, and he said, "You know what? If the mountain doesn't like you, she won't let you climb. The fact that you've climbed so many mountains means the mountain likes you. Therefore, you should be out there celebrating that instead of belly aching about the stupid brown spots on your skin. Woman, wear those brown spots like a badge of honor." And I'm like, gee, I never thought about it this way. And Iffat, I think that was the last day I ever cribbed about the spots on my skin.
That's so deep, Nandini. That's so deep, because I know, we kind of I meet so many people, they really want to do amazing things, but they're like so shallow, and they just don't believe in what's best for them. It's so hard for them to believe that you got to trust, you got to really, really accept that this is your path. You just go ahead, go out there and just do amazing things. I mean, that trust factor is so much missing. And I see that because it does not come naturally.
True.
It does not, and you really need somebody to tell you that.
Correct. And
where
right.
Comes into
and I think what happens is you tend to focus on something stupid, something inconsequential, and then in your head over time you blow it up, and then all that matters gets put on the back burner. The fact that I've done so many mountains, I do at least 2 big mountains a year in the last 10 years. That I have done that went away on the back burner. That stupid climb gave me brown spots became the biggest thing in my head. It's just so ridiculous.
Yes, that's how we are programmed, Nandini. That's exactly we are programmed since our childhood. We forget the bigger picture. We forget how good we've done for the world, we've done for the people, just for ourselves, or maybe just help somebody else do something. We just forget all of that. What we kind of just focus on is that, why is this happening to me?
Correct.
Why am I, it's like the victim mode, and we kind of get into that self-sabotaging. And
you must have seen Ortharash's video. I don't know whether, I think it's there on YouTube. I think I saw it on YouTube only. When he was diagnosed with AIDS, he came for this press conference, and somebody, very passionate fan, goes thumping on the thing, and he says, "Don't you ever look up and ask God, why did you do this to me? How could you do this to me?" Ortharash was actually sitting like this, on his chair. He kind of came forward, he did this, and he said, valid points. When I held the Wimbledon Cup in my hand for the first time, did I look up and say, "God, why me?" But that's the point. We focus on the absolute, mundane, idiotic, inconsequential things, and then we forget all the good things, we've managed to accomplish ourselves.
And that's where the gap is. That's where actually the gap is, where the entire youth, for that matter, or the generation to come ahead, or even the generation, who was before us, all of them are suffering with this thing, which is kind of, they're sabotaging themselves. They don't know that they've done so much good. They don't focus on the bigger picture, the good that they've done, but something which they haven't done. And the moment your focus is onto this part of, I call that a zombie zone. When you actually focus on the things that you've not done, and why is this happening to you, and things like that, this kind of gets bigger, and the bigger picture dims. and it becomes smaller, and then your focus is here, and then how do you grow?
Yeah. Day before yesterday in the Rafa Medvedev US Open finals, after Rafa beat him, Medvedev said something interesting. He said, right now I'm only focusing on the fact that I lost to him. But like my wife says, I should also focus on the good things. That at 23, I actually came to the finals. And up until now, I've been playing brilliantly. Why is my mind not comprehending that? Why am I only saying I lost to Rafa in the final?
Absolutely. Brilliant. On that note, I'm going to, give you probably some nuggets of wisdom with that beautiful conversation that we had with Nandini. So guys, focus on the good. Focus on the good, the possibilities that you really want to go out and do in the world, the amazing things. And you know what? It's going to happen. And that's the magic. You may not just understand, but just follow it, guys. Well guys, that was such an awesome conversation that we just had with Nandini. And if you guys have any questions, do write to us. Comment in the comment section below, and I am going to promise you that we will answer you. We will answer all your questions that you have regarding your life or your business. And we're going to make this happen together, and I promise you being your Breakfree coach. I totally loved this, and we're going to come back again. So, yep, take care and have a great day ahead, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.